天皇陛下 만歳!
Bag it. I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is freaking awesome.
There it is! There it is! Oh my god! Yeah! Yeah!
Hello you little drunk bear riding Russian commies. Today we take a look at a fugly piece of engineering named after our great lord and savior Stalin. The IS-2 is a tier 4 battle rating 5.7 Russian heavy tank. It weighs 46 tons of pure Russian bias and is powered by a 671 horsepower engine running on the highest quality vodka. It can go up to 45 kilometers an hour forwards and has a reverse speed that would make a French wet his underwear. Overall the mobility is not bad if you consider that this is a heavy tank. Now for the armor. The layout of Stalinium is quite weird, but all you have to know is that you have around 100mm on the front hull, but it's angled in a weird shape, so you can't angle your tank to give it a better effective thickness. That means that you can't hide your gigantic and perfectly flat lower plate as you go around a corner, but if you feel cocky and want to criticize this design you will go straight to the gulag. If you look at the stats, the turret is supposed to be a weak point, but this is strong Krasky tank, so it's actually really bouncy, especially if you wiggle it before you take a hit. But the main problem with this turret is that a penetrating hit is very likely to kill 3 of your crew members and send you back to the hangar faster than Putin can invade Crimea. So, for a heavy tank, the armor is actually not that good, and you shouldn't rely on it to save your ass all the time. Now let's talk about the obviously good stuff, the 122mm Russian gun. For the sake of simplicity, the Russian engineers weren't very creative. You get one stock round, which is pretty good, then an upgraded one, which is better, and some big fuck off HE rounds that you will never fucking use. This gun can penetrate everything at its battle rating from the front, even cocky panthers who think that their front plate is blessed by Hitler. It can be elevated by 20 degrees, and unlike any other Russian tank, it doesn't have 5 degrees of gun depression, or 4. No, it has 3 fucking degrees of fucking gun depression. What the fuck, Russia? The other problem with this tank is a reload time that is at least 20.8 seconds. So expect panthers and tigers to rush you and insert a high velocity 88mm round in your ass as soon as you shot. Anyway, now, let me show you how to play the ass raper 2. First, you load 20 rounds to remove the ammo from your sides, but you will still have some ammo in the back of your turret. After that, you tell HE to build a bigger gulag for fascist faggots, and then you go on the battlefield. With the IS-2 you don't go to the front line, and you don't fight all alone. Instead, you stand behind one line of friendly meat shields, and if you can, try to hide your gigantic lower plate. When you see an enemy, you dispense a 122mm shell right in his ass and watch the fucking firework. This gun can pretty much knock the life out of every fucker you meet in one shot. Before you shoot, make sure to have some cover somewhere close and use your amazing reverse speed. To avoid getting shot back, make sure not to angle your tank, because it will reduce the effective thickness of your armor, and you will die. If for some fucking reason you get too close to an enemy, just charge and ram the fucker so it can't aim at your lower plate. Always try to be close to your teammates, so you're not the only target for the enemy to shoot at. And always watch your sides, because at this battle rating, there is a lot of pesky fast moving tanks that can fuck you up like there is no tomorrow. Keep in mind that you only have 4 crew members, that the driver sits behind a very thin lower plate, and he's between 2 big ass fuel tanks. In general, a penetrating hit is devastating for this tank. That's why it's one of the only Russian heavies that you have to play carefully and use your brain to actually be good with it. If you have the opportunity, you can snipe with your strong Russian gun. But make sure to have the side of your enemy when you do so, because the penetration drops off like the beats in the cheeky breaky music that you should listen to. Once someone defies the laws of physics and penetrate your Stalinium armor, go back to the hangar and upgrade your crew, starting the same fucking thing as usual, weapon reloading, then leadership and targeting. After that go for keen vision and vitality for everyone. Now for the modifications, you go for parts, horizontal drive, FPE, adjustment of fire, BR 471B. After that you can do whatever the fuck you want because Stalin don't have time for this shit. Overall this tank is pretty good. If you play it correctly it's a fucking amazing tank. Personally I don't play it well because I find the rate of fire and lack of effective armor fucking annoying and I'm too aggressive while playing it. But in good hands, this shit can wreck the entire enemy team without breaking a fucking sweat. And at this kind of battle rating, the gun can shit on the face of any enemy you will meet and one-shot them. Just don't expect to bounce shit with your armor. Now that you know how to play the IS-2, go on the battlefield and show those fascists fucks who has the biggest gun. By the way, I actually have a fucking outro now. Check it out.